Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Victoria Street right now and time for another vlog today. Actually, we're recently getting a lot of train requests, so that's why we're doing a little bit more these days. Before it was like mostly on the bus channel, but right now the bus request form is pretty empty. With the form is reopened right now, but it's pretty empty. Not a lot of people actually requesting, so I don't really mind. But of course, more would be appreciated. If no request comes in after all of the requests have been cleared, I'm just gonna film my own route that I really want to actually film and record. But today we're on Victoria Street here, and we're going to Kenwick. According to the caption, turn right. Now this is actually not really a very suitable caption, but there's actually a caption that's actually suggested by Travel and Vlogs. Thank you so much, Travel and Vlogs, for this request here. There's actually a caption that he suggested, so I'm just going to use it. Although technically, if you want to say turn right, you actually do... I guess it's actually turn right. Yeah, it's turn right, because according to the map, it's actually just a right turn as soon as you hit Perth, and it goes straight down with the Armadale line to Kenwick. We are at Boston Park. So this is set 41. And then at the back is 19, if I remember correctly. Next station, Cottesloe. Cottesloe is back on this side, so... Now, Armadale line. It's been a while since I've taken all the way down there because later on I need to go to Armadale. Now, everyone knows that how terrible Armadale is. I'm not trying to actually be stereotype or be bad and be a little bit to criticize all of the people living in Armadale. I'm not doing that. I'm just criticizing the area, which is actually not a very well-controlled environment and station, especially all of the stations on the Armadale line. Lack of staffs. This is really a bad problem on the Armadale line. Just not enough staffs to control the situations, including like skipping fares, evading fares, and also all of the people that just like try to hang out around there and just do something technically illegal, but they like to do it. So, like exchanging cigarettes. Something like that, which is very common in Midland and Armadale. So, okay, train entering is very slowly here. Walked over to the outside because people are getting off, so. Cottesloe. Next station, Grant Street. Now this is a female announcer, so next station. This train runs from Fremantle to Perth, stopping at all stations. This is one of the most normally spoken announcement, in my opinion, for something to something. Because not like having any different tones, it's just very straightforward, like a very casual speech. It's like, this train runs from Fremantle to Perth, stopping at all stations. Because not like the other way, because the other way is very funny, because it's not funny, but it's just the tone is just not very like casual. It's just like, this train runs from Perth to Fremantle, stopping at all stations. This is how it goes the other direction. Fremantle? Not Fremantle. Fremantle? Yeah, like that. This train runs from Perth to Fremantle, stopping at all stations. This is how that goes. I don't know actually what this thing is for. There's this patch of land right there with a little gate covering, and it's not like leading outside, but there's actually an entrance for you to enter with nothing in there. It's not even like a bike shelter. So I don't know what that's for. Wow, this is the entrance to the station. That's pretty funny. Now we've recently rediscovered this. Because I've never exited Ground Street at all. There's nothing around here, so this is just a local station for people to use for houses. And also talking about the tones, we have the other lines. This train runs from Perth to Mandurah, stopping at all stations. And what's that? This train runs from Perth to Butler, stopping at all stations. Really like that. Once I actually don't know what they have the Clarkson announcement, of course, but one time when I took a Clarkson train during weekends shutdown, I took a Clarkson train up to Clarkson, and then I took from Kenwick, of course, and then the announcement didn't say Clarkson for that train. It's so funny. It still said to Butler, but the train just ended Clarkson. So they have the Clarkson set up. They have the Clarkson desto and Clarkson announcement, but they just didn't use it at that time. But that's pretty funny. This is Swanbourne. So remember I got stuck here at Swanbourne like that one time with the suicide event at Perth where they shut down all the electricity. Trains cannot run in there. Which caused delays like 20 minutes. I think it was a B series running on the Fremantle line because that time the airport line hasn't opened yet, so. And it's a weekend, so weekends they usually use B series before on Fremantle line. I think they did use B series yesterday. Yesterday it was stadium events, which was chaotic yesterday. Oh my gosh, the events yesterday was so chaotic. Because of Mandurah line shutdown. So that's why it's so chaotic, because of Mandurah line shutdown. Because of Mandurah line shutdown yesterday, all of the 9 is running yesterday. So during the stadium events periods instead of actually whole day. So the 909 and 949 is continue all day yesterday. But the 919, 929 and 939 express from Bull Creek, Murdoch and Coburn, they run towards the city during the 12 to 2, like of the stadium buses. And going back the other way after the stadium event, like 5 to 7 this period of time, 5 to 6 this period of time, they have these services. They're like 7 services. This is not a lot, but and all of those are full. With the 661, the stadium event 661 that actually operates from the city, they switched to terminate at Elizabeth Quay to connect with all of the express buses that came down. And also the train replacement buses that came down and terminate at Elizabeth Quay. They just make it easier for people to change. Usually 661 starts at St. George's Terrace, which is just in the middle of the road, but they switched it down to Elizabeth Quay yesterday to connect with all of those train replacement buses. And man, is it chaotic at Stand E. All of the routes have been swapped. All of the Stand E routes, including 72, 75, 177, 178, 32, 23, all of these are swapped to Stand E, which no announcements, and the app is not saying anything, so that's why. The whole Stand E yesterday was used for train replacement in the 661, which was so chaotic. At one point, Stand E was completely full yesterday, that a 949 actually needs to go to Stand C to actually drop off. Yeah, Stand E is packed with buses because Bendy buses keep on coming in for all of the express, 919, 929, 939, and they just packed up all the Stand E sections, which one of the 949 need to go to Stand C to drop off. Which is pretty crazy. Yesterday, all of the enthusiasts were there, including Mark. I bumped into Mark and Riley again yesterday, but I'm not taking any of the train replacement. I'm just going to take one of the normal routes. But because of chaotic things happening, they just wait there. And then during off-peak, after the stadium events, oh my gosh, the whole Stand E is packed with people. You cannot even move. Next station, Lord Street. Okay, they're ready for this year's Royal Show, September 23 to 30 at Showgrounds. Wonder whether they were going to do any express trains, but I don't think they will ever do any express trains this year because they have airport line. Last year, we don't have airport line during the Royal Show, so. But this year we have the airport line, so let's see how that goes. Are they still going to run express or use the airport line trains and run express instead? Just like last time, during the Fremantle event, the airport line train runs express to Fremantle. So let's see how that's gonna go. But it's 7 days though. It's 7 days, not just 1 day. If it's not 1 day too. It's 8 days, not 7 days, but 8 days. 23 to 30. So it's actually a week and one more day. So a lot strict here. So that's why they cannot run express for the airport line for 8 days straight. They can't do that, that's for sure. So wonder how they're gonna do this year's Royal Show train services. Wonder if there will be any shutdown for the Fremantle line as well. If they're shut down for Fremantle line, they will run the buses to showgrounds, which is actually a very stupid loop. Because the showground path for the buses and cars to go into showgrounds, they actually need to pass through Claremont station first before going to showgrounds. For the buses, because the buses run outside. And the path is actually on the other side of the train tracks, which you cannot cross over until you reach Claremont and walk underneath the bridge. So basically, I don't know how the train replacement buses actually do if they actually need to loop into showgrounds. Do they actually stop at Claremont first, then loop back into showgrounds, and then go back to Swanbourne, or they actually run through Claremont, go into Swanbourne, go into showgrounds, and then come back out to Claremont, and then continue to Swanbourne and Fremantle? I hope they don't, because it's basically reverse of the path if you actually skip Claremont the first time. Because the showground station bus replacement is actually on this side, not on the road over there. So, because the only exit for showground station, if you want to enter showground station, is only from this way. There's no exits for showgrounds actually this way. So that's why it's very annoying for train replacement to actually go into showgrounds, but it's very rare. Because usually when there's showgrounds events, they're not going to shut down the trains. Usually, because big events, so of course they cannot shut down the trains. Buses cannot handle that. Considering a train is it's basically like 4 buses. 4 to 5 buses capacity. So that's why for train replacement for the 909 and 949, they need to depart 2 buses at the same time to replicate like a train. So for 949, we're basically departing 2 buses at the same time, just to actually act it like a train, like at least a 3-car train to actually take the passengers. Next station, Shenton Park. There's that bus lane up there, which is only run by buses. There's actually one way only too for that. Just one of the paths is very weird because only one path and then for both directions. So that's why the 999 and 998 runs up there to go to Shenton Park. Oh, there's the Claremont train, 672. Pretty good there, that one. Good seats. Now this time for sure we don't get splitting of the cars, that's for sure, because today's a weekday. Yet last time was Saturday, so that's why they have splitting of train cars at Perth for that last request journey that I filmed, which is pretty funny. So doors closing. They actually had a driver for that splitting of cars. They actually had a driver on both sets because there was there was the driver at the front for the first set to drive the whole thing, and then there was a driver at the back set ready to actually drive this back to the depot, which as soon as it breaks up, 2 drivers popped out of the train and just look at it. So after splitting up the staff on the top, it just goes, oh, Midland at the front. And it just drives off with the set at the back. Next station, Daglish. Right, here we are at Daglish here. Oh man, one more week. 2 more weeks and then semester's beginning again. Oh my gosh, I'm not ready for it. I don't want to start semester. So stupid. Now, but this semester we have less lessons because of a week is for my intern placement. So that's why we have one less week of studies and lessons. So next station, Subiaco. Now, new buses are in for PATH Transit today. 3379 was in already a few days ago. And then we have 3380 started service today, which Mark boarded it as the first guy. First enthusiast boarded. Not passenger, that's for sure, but wow, the connection over here sucks because it's inside the tunnel. This is Subiaco. Literally no connection right now from my phone. H+, oh there it goes, back to 4G and back to 5G because I entered the station so we can connect now. No matter what it is, still my favorite station is Subiaco. A bug flying onto me, what the hell? It's just a random bug, it's not really actually something poisonous, although you in Australia is known for a lot of things that are actually poisonous, so that's why. So, many of my friends are flying back to Perth now from school, so I'm like the only one that didn't actually fly to anywhere. But we're gonna fly back to Hong Kong at the end of the year. Hopefully we pass off the units for the second semester. I passed off my units for first semester, which is very good. I put a lot of effort into revision, so of course I need to pass everything. Oh my gosh. Literally 3 weeks. I didn't go film for 3 weeks. Where's Leaderville? But during all week, I will be going to a lot of places actually to have fun, unfortunately. It's actually, I know a little late, but I will be going to Rottnest Island during actually orientation week, which is next week, because my parents are coming over next week. Literally next week, so that's why they have planned to go to Rottnest together, so that's why we will go to Rottnest. Which I don't know whether I'm going to film any vlogs when I'm on Rottnest, but I think I might, because it's actually a very special experience. We'll be spending like practically the whole day there. We'll start from Fremantle, and then we'll take the Rottnest Express from Beachhead all the way over to Rottnest Island. 30 minutes for the boat ferry ride, and we'll enjoy our day in Rottnest. So, I'll be sleeping at the Fremantle hotel that they actually booked. So, I know it's a little bit lame because on 20 I actually need to go to school for a session to know more about the what I'm gonna study for the second semester. So they're gonna stay until the end of my first week of study, which is actually a little bit bad. So the second week of them coming over, the first week is next week, and then the second week will be the last week of July, which is the 24th. that week. I have started my semester on 24th, unfortunately, so on that week I won't be spending time with my parents that much, but some days when I don't have a lot of lessons, I can spend days with them. So because technically the first week, it's just the first week, so that's why technically schoolwork's not really that stressful in the first week, so that's why I can spend time with them. But they have days already planned that actually completed without me, so that's why. Fortunately, I do need to teach them how to take trains and buses because, because they don't drive. So, just to say, Hong Kong people not a lot of Hong Kong people has license, so that's why. So, there's a Claremont set 123. So, not like in Western countries. In Hong Kong, basically, government is encouraging people to take public transport because the public transport is so good in Hong Kong. No point. Because technically you can get to anywhere you want with the trains. Literally, MTR can take you to everywhere that you actually need to go. And then you might be saying, then how about some of the countryside areas? No worries, because there are buses right there. Those are the good buses because they're essential for you to go in there. Or even minibuses. Like, if you don't want to take buses, minibuses are there. Although minibuses are a little bit more expensive than taking buses, but they're faster and they run very quickly. If you want to go to some of the areas in the new territories, MTR is also there for you because they have buses, MTR feeder bus routes to actually get you to some of the countryside in the new territories. So that's why basically, wherever you want to go in Hong Kong, trains, buses, and minibuses can get you to the spot that you want to go. Not like here, like outside of Perth metropolitan area, there's nothing. You have to drive or you take the TransWa coaches, which is annoying. So now, my mom technically can learn how to drive. Yes, only my mom can. My dad cannot because my dad has a brain disease. So that's why he can't drive. No matter how hard he try, he cannot drive because already there's a medical certificate. Because he has a medical certificate that is already said that he cannot drive, so that's why. Only my mom can if she wants to go and learn, but of course, no point. Considering we live in Hong Kong. We live in Hong Kong, there's like 3 train stations within 10 minutes of walking, so that's why. And also a bus stop right down beneath our building, so that's why it's very easy access to transport. Considering Hong Kong Station is just 5 minutes away from our home. So, talking about Hong Kong Station episode 26, which is the last episode that I have filmed for Train Station series, will be coming up very soon on the channel. So, maybe it's already out, who knows, but... Oh, I need to catch that! Damn it, I need to catch that! Is that leaving or is it still there? I need to check the time. Oh, we can definitely make that. Let's run that. Let's run that. I'll run myself. I'm not gonna show you guys what I'm running over as well. I'll run myself. Damn it, I didn't meant to actually go all the way to the front here. Let's get off and run over. I'll run over by myself. Let's go. I'm taking the lift down to platform 4 and 5, and it says Perth train station platform 2. Like what? Literally, this is not platform 2. Platform 2 is underground. Alright, on board. Get on board. Here's the C pattern. 2 minutes to go to Armadale. Set 21. I need to check the set at the back. I'll check the set at the back later on. Wait for train to depart. Well, this door is also very quick. Pretty good door. This train runs from Perth to... I actually don't remember this announcement with the female announcer. This train runs from Perth to Armadale. I don't remember this announcement actually, I have no idea. There's Thorney train. Which later on, after Thorney to Coburn Link extension opens, the line color for Thorney line will change to purple. The light purple, not like the red purple of Midland line. They would change the whole line color to light purple. So, which is going to be pretty cool. Because they extend all the way to Coburn via Ranford Road and Nicholson Road, two new stations. and it will connect to the highway freeway track and go to the Coburn and terminate. Which there's a new platform already ready, but the platform is ready, but the tunnel is completely not ready. So I'm MacIver. We'll go down to Kenwick, which is pretty quick because of C-Power Transit runs all the way through. This is MacIver. One of my favorite announcements, this one on the Armadale line. This is MacIver. 2 cars coming in, which is unfortunate. Always very unfortunate to actually have a 2-car train. Someone's boarding here. Next station. Then a slow door. What? Why it's saying this is MacIver again when this train is actually leaving? What? Wait, it's still showing the thing actually saying exit over there. What the hell? Wait, is the announcement bugged up? Yeah, the announcement's bugged up. Oh my gosh. It's still saying MacIver exit this way. What the hell? Okay, at least it didn't get bugged. There it goes. Next station, Claysbrook, then non-stop to Oak Street. Now, if they're actually Perth Stadium, the announcement goes, they don't have the express thing right here at Claysbrook. They do it at Perth Stadium. So they just do next station, Perth Stadium, then non-stop to Oak Street. That's basically how it goes. Bayswater. Okay, upcoming Sundays, tons of shutdown. Literally every line shut down. Not even joking, every line. Oh my gosh, there's shutdown on Sunday, isn't it, coming up? Oh no. Then it's going to be bad to actually go to the train museum. We actually need to take buses then. Oh gosh, this is bad. Hang on. We got train shutdown. Yeah, we got train shutdown on that day. Oh. I think we got train shutdown on 23, isn't it? Let's go and check out Mark's community post. Next station is Oat Street. Next station, Oat Street, then non-stop to Cannington. Change at Oat Street for Welshpool and Queen's Park. I'm gonna check out Mark's community post. No, not my own video. I don't want to watch my own gaming video. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to watch my gaming video. Let's go to Mark's community post. I just want to check it out real fast. Community. Check out the train closures. 23. Oh my gosh, Midland closure. Oh man, Midland closure. I need to tell my parents because that day we need to do the railway museum, but we can take the 901, so that's fine. 901 is there, so that's why not too big of a problem. But 901 is annoying though, you know, it's just because it's replacement, so it doesn't really get to places that well. It's just the worst month to come because of all of the shutdowns. Oh man. I need to tell my parents too about the shutdown because on that day we plan to go to Railway Museum. Because there's no choice, we have to go no matter whether the trains are running, because the Railway Museum, the operating time is just way too lame, that it only operates on Wednesday and Sunday. Why? Why not open a little bit more? Why there's a train here? There's a train stopped over there at Perth Stadium. What is this train doing here? It's an A series too, it's not any like special trains. There's an A series parked here, what the hell? Set 1 too, not in service, and it's literally parked there, 2 cars too. What is that thing doing there? Oh, yesterday, oh my gosh, this station was packed yesterday for sure. There are express trains running through for Joondalup and Fremantle line, which actually if you check on Google Map is actually showing too. Yeah, it's pretty funny, if you actually check on Google Map, the line actually shows Joondalup and Fremantle actually running to Perth Stadium. So, there are more trains on Joondalup line. There are not a lot of trains for Fremantle line because technically the Armadale line trains are stopping anyway, so that's why you can just take the Armadale one to Perth and change. But because it's just on the same station. But for underground, Joondalup is actually down, so that's why it's actually on the bottom underground. So that's why they have more trains to Clarkson Express. There's T. I mean not express, but they're just straight through trains from Perth Stadium over to Clarkson. Because all of those trains will go back to Norakup afterwards. So, oh, there's a bendy down there, 940 bendy, nice. But the really good thing about the train shutdown on Midland line when I want to go to Railway Museum is the good thing because the train replacement bus stop is actually technically closer to Railway Museum for Ashfield. It's actually closer to the Railway Museum compared with the train station. So it's actually better. Not joking, it's actually better to actually have the 901 running on that day. Because then we can stop closer to the Railway Museum instead of walking from the train station. Because we'll be eating at Morley on that day after eating at a yum cha restaurant. Yum cha restaurant. I don't know whether Australians actually understand the term yum cha. Basically, it's actually eating dim sum at a Chinese restaurant. We don't call those restaurants. We call those wine houses. That's just the direct translation of the Chinese term, but it's basically like a place you hang out, eat dim sum, and drink tea. That's basically what those places are for. So. We don't really call those restaurants. So. I passed for Carlisle there. Next station is Old Street. Most of some comments recently. Quite a lot of comments right now. On the bus channel. I don't know how the hell can I plan my trip to Wandao. I'm gonna figure that out. Okay, what the hell? I checked these messages sent by Mark. I was sent him something, so. It's on 42 today for the 3380. Oh, we got a 2866 998. I thought it was 37 though. Next station, Cannington. Change at Cannington for Thornley. Oh, there that goes. Oh, 999. Is that 998 or 999? Oh, that's a 999. Oh, that's a 998. Next is Cannington, 2866. We're getting subs actually right now, but we're getting very slowly for subs, but bus channel is getting up there. Continue going through Welshpool. This is gone very soon, so we're gonna take some journeys with this station and also maybe walk around the station for a video before I go back to Hong Kong at the end of the year, because they're gonna shut it down, the whole line, for 18 months. So 2024, whole year, no Armadale line. Yes, whole year no Armadale line next year. and half more year 2025 no Armadale line. If they don't delay the if they don't delay the shutdown time, I mean if they don't increase the shutdown time, then it will be finished in the mid 2025. But I expect already for sure there will be delays, so I think it's gonna do 2024 and 2025 no Armadale line. So I also need to extend my study visa. It's going to expire in 2025, so which is not cool. I don't know how to do that. I need to ask my agent for that. Like Queen's Park Station. Here you are at Queen's Park Station. Perth T over there. Any buses? The only route that runs through here is the 201, which is like 4 buses per day. And those also have weird as fuck deviation for that 201 that drives into a factory building. I really actually want to film that one. There's the bus stand for 201, which is completely useless. So that factory building deviation, I really want to try it out one day, which is actually in the middle of the day, around like 2 p.m. depart from Curtin, so it's not a hard one to catch. Wonder Mark have filmed that one yet. Technically the whole route is also just an oddity. 2194, 1677. Yeah, technically the whole route is basically, the whole 201 is basically an oddity route, because what's the point of that route? It's just for you to serve Bentley Health Services. And also Queen's Park Station, but Queen's Park Station is the lame one. Its main point is Bentley Health Service, but like 4 services per day, first 4 services every day, like who actually care about that one? And also with that factory building deviation stop, only 1 bus per day. I mean 2 buses per day, 1 per each direction to serve that stop for the 201. There's only 1 bus. No other buses. It's actually ridiculous, that run. 2 more stops and we're at Beckenham and Kenwick. The next one will be long though, unfortunately, the next vlog. Okay, there goes 2184. Next station, Beckenham. There goes all the buses going up. Every single bus is looping back there, which last time one of my drivers just literally skipped that whole section and just turned right and then turned left right away. There goes 1677 going 000 down here. Okay, turns in there. I'll get off and wait for the next one. Then 44. Well, hopefully I can make it up there on time. I didn't make it up to Joondalup by 1:39, so. Which is actually the next walk, Joondalup. Beckenham. You might want to get off quickly. The door is going to close. Next is Kenwick already. This is Beckenham.
The next station is Kenwick.
Shit. I've been here. I've been all day trying just catching trains. People, they say there, yeah, right, but wrong platform.
Oh, which station are you after, Beckenham?
Right. They just think, oh yeah, when you're from the country, you get bushed.
The next station, Kenwick.
But they, if they said, no, not that.
Now, well, the Thorney to Cobra link works. They also need to work on here because they need to extend and get another track. So
Wrong station, I see on the train.
they need to get another track for Thorney.
Armadale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because right now there's only one track run down to Thorney, which they cannot just use one track in the future. So they need to build one more track here, which they're ready for over there.
Did you want the Beckenham section? Yeah. What station are you after?
Alright,
Which station did you want? Okay.
that's the station.
Yeah. So if you get off and then get on to go back to Perth, it'll be the next stop. Yeah? So if you get off at this station and you go on to go to Perth,
This one.
no, this is Kenwick. So you need to get off and go back to Perth side. It'll be the next stop after this. If you go back to Perth, right? So we are here, right? So you need to go back towards Perth. So then it'll be this one.
Oh, yeah.
So if you hop off here, go
That's
back towards
Beckenham,
Perth.
that's Beckenham,
Yeah, so we're here. You need to go back towards
Later,
Perth.
Kenwick.
It'll be next stop.
Good, thank you.
No worries.
Alright, made it to Kenwick. So, that's just annoying right there. Set 40 at the back. Oh, there it goes! Nice, set 40. Hopefully I can remember that. There that goes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, click the bell so that you can get notifications when I post. Thank you so much, Travel and Vlogs, for this request here. Check out the links in the description down below for my other channels and my Instagram. Click on these videos up top, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!